Hey everyone, I'm Melanie from Streamlined Legal, where we help attorneys excel. And for those of you that missed it, yesterday was Be Kind to Lawyers Day. And I don't know where I've been for the last however many years. I've been practicing law for about 16 years now. And this was the first time I had ever heard of Be Kind to Lawyers Day. And honestly, the first time I heard it, I was pretty puzzled. And I thought the name was fascinating because it wasn't like it was called, Lawyer Appreciation Day or anything like that. It was a specific command of Be Kind to Lawyers Day. So I had to find out more about it. And I did, of course, go to the internet where all things are known and found out that apparently a gentleman by the name of Steve Hughes invented or came up with Be Kind to Lawyers Day. He did this in 2008. He is not a lawyer. In fact, he is a businessman that lived in St. Louis at the time, and he worked with lawyers a lot and noticed that every time he would tell people that he worked with lawyers in his business, they would give him some type of negative comment or, bad lawyer joke. So he created a day so that he could show appreciation for lawyers. And so that made me feel a little better that we didn't come up with the day ourselves. But it reminded me of an ethics class that I took in law school, where the professor was one of the first days of class. The professor was talking about, why are there so many lawyer jokes and why do people not like lawyers and why do we have such a negative connotation around the profession? And so this one guy in the class raised his hand and said, he thought it was because lawyers have such a monopoly on knowledge, and basically implying that everyone else was jealous of that. And so right there when he said that, I thought, that could be part of the problem, was his response. But that's not the whole story, and that's really my take on it is this. In law school, when we go to law school, we are not trained how to run a business or how to practice. The legal part, of course, we learn how to do the research, how to write the motions, that kind of stuff. But we're not trained on how to run a business, and we're not trained on how to work for other attorneys, under other attorneys as associates. So unless you took a particular class in law school more recently than I went to law school, or if you worked with Drew Amoroso of Due Course, of course, training associates, then most of us did not have that type of training. And so what happens is over 50% of us come out of law school and go work for solo practitioners or small law firms or work for ourselves, where we end up overwhelmed and overworked and communicating poorly with our clients because of the stress, and basically creating this bad reputation because now clients are frustrated by having to deal with us. And I think that this really is a problem in our profession. And I think that, unfortunately, that's part of what gives us that bad reputation that is out there in the general public. I think that it's very, very sad to me that we had a day that was intended to create appreciation, but had to be, or Mr. Hughes thought had to be phrased such that we were commanding people as to what to do, and that we had to command them to be nice, and tell them to be nice and remind them to be nice because their inclination was not to be nice. And so I'm very appreciative of all the support staff and business coaches and consultants and accountants and other service providers, professors in law school now these days that are working to change this and to help us to be better prepared to be business owners and run businesses. And I think that's fantastic. And I also propose that we change the name to something like National Lawyers Appreciation Day, as opposed to Be Kind to Lawyers Day. There is an International Accounting Day, there's a National Doctors Day, there's even a National Garbage Man Day, that was developed in 2011, and now a National Dog Walker Appreciation Day that the app WAG created in 2016. So I definitely think that lawyers have a lot to be appreciated for, and that there should be a day of celebration. However, I think the semantics of the name is troublesome. So next year we'll celebrate National Lawyers Appreciation Day, and I hope you'll join me. Have a great evening.